Welcome back everybody to another breakdown video. So here we have a situation at Port Olisar during the stream where it originally had started off in a duel between myself and Bandicat in a Gladius, Arrow, which then eventually boiled down to a gang showing up and trying to take me out. They consisted of a Cutlass, as we just saw here, that flew past us. I believe a Gladius, an Arrow, and a Talon Shrike. So let's go through this combat here and let's walk on the tips and see what we did right and maybe where we can improve. So as we can see here, I'm engaging the Gladius, using my bottom thrusters to pull through in the rate fight. There's the first splash, guns on target, nice and close. Because remember folks, you want to engage anywhere from 300 meters or the farthest 800 meters. If you're engaging at above 800 meters, you're just simply not going to be applying enough damage to the target. So during this joust right here, I should have picked up a little sooner that he was actually on an intercept course at such high speed. If I had nosed over a bit sooner, I might have been able to get the slot against that Cutlass, but unfortunately, you can't predict them all, right? So the best case scenario in that situation is to switch to another target, which was done here. However, that target as well was going at too high of a speed. So we're going to pick up our visual scanning. We're going to look, see if we can't find him. Use our radar ping to see if we can get a general idea of where he's up to. There's the trail. And we want to try to nose over, try to predict where he's going to be. In this situation, it seems like Jet noticed I was trying to nose over on him and has decided to try to evasively fly or try to get out of my arc there, which is a good idea. But unfortunately, he's not applying enough pressure with those missiles, and he's not doing it in sequence with any other pilots to get the effect he's looking for. As well, if you string your flares at 3 at a time, it really doesn't matter what missiles get fired at you, they'll never hit once the flares get sent out. So next on the list here we have, I believe it's a Cutlass again. Yeah, here's the Cutlass. So again, predicting where he's going to go, nosing over, dropping some flares, trying to get close. Looks like I almost got the slot, but he was actually trucking at a much higher speed as well. But he's swinging around. So I'm actually on the decel right now. Advanced nosing over, getting the slot again. Now we're into the turn fight, into the rate fight. I'm pushing hard on the upstrafe right now to kind of get myself in position. And once those little two indicators, the greater than, less than signs, get up to where they're kind of in line with the target, just like that, then you want to stop your thrust, you want to stop your strafing maneuver, and you want to kind of level out. So now that we've won the rate fight against this Cutlass, we want to keep on punishing in the same spot again, shooting down a specific area on the ship to get the kill. There's the splash, and once again trying to pick up our visual scanning to find out who else is coming in, right? So here I've got two contacts coming in. I'm going to engage the contact that's the closest to me. I might take a few hits here as he's coming in at high speed, but I've got the slot. I'm exactly where I want to be. And here we go into the fight. So he notices that I've gotten on top of him. He's trying to get some distance right now, but he makes a mistake of turning back around instead of fully disengaging here. So he's going to take some damage and get punished because of that. At this point, he decides to leave, which is a good idea because he's lost his shields, he's lost the rate fight, he's lost position. So the only other logical decision is to disengage. Now we see the missiles continuing to flow in from the pressure from the Talon, and right here is a very smart tactic. This was really well done. So you can drop a chaff cloud and hide inside your cloud, as we saw there. So any incoming fire, any missiles, locks, tones will get pulled away because you just simply won't be able to target the guy, right? But unfortunately, we're back into the rate fight. Right here, I notice he's trying to disengage. I've already boosted forward. I've already strafed up, so I'm in line. And I'm trying to get as much damage on as I can during that chase. We get a bit of desync here, which is unfortunate. And here we go, back into the fight. Into the chase. I'm not using any strafe at all. I'm just trying to get my nose on target. And he's just able to slip away. But we've done some significant amount of damage to the Arrow. Again, here's a critical mistake, is not disengaging fully with his shields. So he's getting back into the turn fight. And the problem too is he's not closing the distance like he should. If you're in an arrow, you need to close the distance. You need to get close so you can apply damage. I've cut the corner. I've advanced nosed onto him. And we're once again back into the turn fight like so many times before. And I'm going to win this fight because I have double the shields. I have the same firepower. Boom, there it is. There's the splash, right? When it comes to light fighter combat, guys, you got to be willing to risk it. You've got to risk it to get the damage on because you simply don't have enough firepower to kind of sit at range and peck away at somebody if you're against a Gladius or an arrow. The arrow needs to get close and it needs to punish as hard as it can, as close as it can. So here we go. Incoming missiles flared off nice and easy. Picking up our scanning to find out who's next. And we have another Gladius coming in. A good point to make when it comes to just visuals in general is a good rule of thumb is to always kind of go after the target that's either engaging you or the target that's closest to you. Okay? Now during these multiple engagements, you'll see, like in this situation as well, I'm trying to track the Shrike, but again, if his goal is to just stay at very, very high speeds and drop missiles, this strategy simply will not work. You can't apply enough pressure with the missiles because you can easily flare them off. It is limiting the amount of time that I can be in the engagement zone. However, I've already killed 3 of his wingmen, and I'm about to kill the 4th right here. If he's not careful, he's going to end up as the 5th one because he's limiting on numbers. And right now it's a 1 versus 4 or 5. So the trick is, like, if you're 5v5, running around firing missiles like that just simply isn't going to be effective. There's the splash again. Again, we pulled him right into a rate fight. We advanced nosed over, and we got the guns on target. There's a lot of information here to unpack during these multiple gang fights, but the key when it comes to engaging any kind of multiple target is get distance control first. If you find that there are too many hostiles clustered up in a small area, it's not in your best interest to engage them at the same time unless you have some kind of backup. What you want to do is you want to separate and pull people apart and engage one at a time, pull them into raid fights, get the trades, and keep situational awareness as best you can. These were great fights from good pilots. It was really exciting to fight against these people. I hope to fight against them again, and I hope this video was in some way educational for all of you. Make sure you like and subscribe, folks, so you get updated for all the recent videos and content that we're coming out with. I was Avenger 1, and I'll see you next time.